Hello and welcome back to more Mario Kart Wii. We were in the last episode, we raced in the 150cc Banana Cup, and in this episode we are going to be racing in the 150cc Leaf Cup, and we are going to be using a lightweight character. The only character we've yet to use is Waluigi, but I want to save him for when we have a new large cart to use, and we're going to get one of those on Friday, so we'll use him next Tuesday. So for now what we're going to do is we're going to use a lightweight character, and someone we haven't used in a long time is good old Baby Daisy. Episode 5? Yeah, I think it was episode 5 that we last used her. And let's use the mini beast. Why not? Manual transmission, of course. And we're gonna race in the 150cc Leaf Cup. Let's do it. For some reason I have that, hey, oh, let's go song stuck in my head. I don't know why, but as a result of, oh dear god, that's a green shell, and we're already off to a great start. Also, that was a voice crack. Let's try not to have another one of those, shall we? As a result of that song being stuck in my head, I have had Spider-Man Far From Home on the brain, and okay, so when I was in Hawaii, after we did all the stuff that we had reservations for, like, you know, dolphin encounter, parasailing, the helicopter tour, all that stuff, after we finished all that stuff, and at that point we were one day out from going home. Also, these were some interesting shortcuts. Wow, that went so much better than I thought it was going to. I was fully expecting us to, oh, wait, dodged it. I was fully expecting us to go crashing into the side of the hill there. Anyway, oh dear, I was trying to avoid it, couldn't do it. The good thing is this car has a lot of acceleration, we'll be able to pick up nicely. Anyway, back on topic. So what I was trying to say is, when we were, so we saw it on the 4th of July, the day before we were scheduled to leave Hawaii and come back home. And you may think that's a little weird for me to do because, of course, I don't hold hold Marvel in the highest of regards. But the reason why I really wanted to see this one is because when it came out, I heard from a lot of people saying that it was really good, which happens with every Marvel movie, so, you know, take it with a grain of salt. But what I also heard is that this movie was really pissing off some hardcore Marvel fans, and as a result of that, it immediately made me want to go see it, because my thought process was, well, if hardcore Marvel fanboys really hate this movie, then there's got to be something in there that I'm gonna love. That logic just follows. Apparently, the complaint was, this is not my Spider-Man! Which, what? Okay, it'd be one thing if it was a continuation of a previous Spider-Man story, which, by the way, I never have seen. Haven't seen the Amazing Spider-Man movies, haven't seen the Sam Raimi original trilogy. I only know Tom Holland's Spider-Man. But even if I didn't, it is a new adaptation. They can do whatever they want. The same thing, by the way, I'll extend you the olive branch of the Aladdin remake. We're not going to talk about the Lion King remake because that's a whole other animal. No pun intended. The Aladdin King, there's a movie. The Aladdin remake, they're allowed to do whatever they want to the characters, right? They can do what they want. It doesn't have to be good, mind you, but they can do whatever they want, okay? They didn't actually change any characters, they just messed with some plot things that kind of screwed everything up, but that's a different topic for a different time. I'll talk about this in the next race. Okay, so I'm pretty sure some of the complaints are he's too emotional, like he cries too much, which, he's a high school kid, and a lot of the situations he's put in are enough to make some grown adults cry. Don't go into the lava! You went into the lava. So, that's just, I'm gonna call BS on you right then and there. Don't go into the lava again. There's just a lot of stuff about Spider-Man, about Tom Holland's Spider-Man that really just don't make any sense to me. So, I'm sorry, a lot of things people have problems with about Tom Holland's Spider-Man don't make any sense to me, so naturally, I decided, because the thing is, right, if you remember from a couple episodes ago, I marathoned all Marvel movies in preparation for Avengers Endgame because Forget God 45 wanted to see it with me. So I'm like, well, I guess if I'm gonna go see this movie, I should at least have some clue of what's going on, I suppose. And look, here, I'll talk about that in a little bit. Basically, long and short of it is, Spider-Man Homecoming was already a decent movie from what I saw, but, I mean, this one, well, I expected, when I went to go see Far From Home, I expected to, like, I didn't expect to actually like it. I expected to go look for the thing that pissed off a Marvel fanboy and, like, applaud it, because that's how much Marvel enrages me. But I ended up actually really, really loving this movie. Like I said, Homecoming was already decent, but this one just knocked it out of the ballpark. And also, I should use these three motions before they get taken away from me. Let's cut around this corner and again. Okay, third, that's good. If we finish in third, I'll honestly be content because we had a really terrible start to this race. We still have a whole other lap to go, so we should be able to at least get into second and hopefully first as well. Let's try to ricochet that screenshot off of. Oh, it almost hit Toad. It almost hit Toad. It was so close to hitting Toad. Okay, you got stomped. Oh, that might have killed me. That might blow me up. Nope. Okay, I was worried that it wasn't going to detonate in time, and that I was going to get caught in it, but luckily that did not happen. Anyway, so Far From Home. So, like, ow. That's nice. Okay, this movie was, this movie was out of this world awesome. I genuinely walked away from this movie thinking, wow, that was absolutely incredible. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, something along the lines of, would you just like it because action, mindless action? No, I am not like other Marvel fanboys in that I need a little bit more than just mindless action to impress me. I've never gone to see any movie in my entire life just because I wanted to see mindless action. That has never ever been the case, and I don't think it ever will be the case for as long as I am alive. Because the thing with me is that I need there to be stakes. I need there to be actual character. I need there to be characters that I care about and a plot that I'm invested in before I can start caring about action sequences. If you just open up on these random schmucks, like going up to, I don't know, we'll use Mission Impossible Fall, for example. If you just open on these random schmucks flying a helicopter through a valley, and I'm just like, alright, great, where's the plot? How about the characters? Do you care about any of those things, or are you just going to try to throw action at me and be like, wow, look at the explosions on the screen. Yeah, no, I need a little bit more than that. Which this movie was very happy to provide for me. So, for one, the biggest emotional crux of the movie, by the way, spoilers if you haven't seen it yet, but at this point, if you haven't seen it, I have a sneaky suspicion you're not going to. So, the biggest emotional crux of the movie is that it's in the aftermath of Avengers Endgame, where, in a world where Iron Man no longer exists, and Peter Parker, to whom Tony Stark was his mentor, he has to learn to move on in a world without him, and like he's facing the pressures of being essentially the world is expecting him to step up and take Iron Man's place, but he doesn't feel like he's responsible to that, because if he keeps, like, throughout the whole movie he keeps making these terrible mistakes, so his mind says, how can I possibly be good enough to step up to take Tony's spot if I keep making these fundamental mistakes? And like that character trait is just so impactful because of how one of the things that made Homecoming so good is because of how relatable everything that Spider-Man went through, of how everything that Peter Parker, I should say, went through was, and how he's just a normal kid facing the struggles of, you know, life as a high school kid, while also trying to go out and save the world. And the thing about Homecoming that made it good is because his character in Homecoming was very much, after the events of Civil War, I just want to go out, I just want to, you know, help, I want to help people. But in the end, his goal was, I want to go to the big leagues. I want to help Tony Stark and the Avengers fight really, really big threats. but so he tries to, and he succeeds in some aspects, like he helps his friends out of the Washington Monument, which, by the way, is one of the best action scenes I think I've ever seen. Like, that was just, like, the thing is, there wasn't even all that much heavy choreography going on there, but what was there, ooh, that's the first fight shot I think I've gotten in the entire Let's Play. But what was there was just so good, and I was on the edge of my seat the entire time. That was so incredible. But just, so ultimately he's good at that, and then he takes a step further and tries to stop the yacht, but then he needs Iron Man's help. And at that point, Iron Man realizes, okay, this isn't working out. I need to take the suit, because if you're just gonna keep doing this, and if you don't have anything without it, you don't deserve to have it. And that moment, the moment when he just like gives up and pours his heart out to Aunt May, that's just like one of the most touching moments in any thing ever. It's just so, and then Far From Home took it a step further, because now, having accepted, like having come to terms with the fact that, well, maybe I don't have to be the next Avenger, but I can at least be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Now he doesn't have a choice. He has to take the step further and protect the world from the elementals. So now he's faced with that conflict, and it just, the amount of time and effort they put into making that character trait worthwhile and meaningful was really, really strong. I mean, the scene where he's in the helicarrier, or when he's in John Favreau's ship, and he just breaks down and pours his heart out to Happy. That's, and then he goes into the thing and starts manipulating the technology in the same way that Iron Man did. That's, honestly, that almost brought a tear to my eye. It didn't, but it almost did. And that's nearing Toy Story 3 ending levels of bittersweet. But alright, we'll head on to the next race. And then, of course, it's always nice to see Tom Holland interact with Zendaya, so to see their chemistry, to see those two bond throughout the course of the story was very touching. And it was, like, the movie was also, like, in addition to having this much emotional weight, it also had a lot of really, really strong humor to it. Like, the biggest laugh I think I've ever had in any movie ever came from when, the second biggest one in this movie was when he gets the Edith glasses, and it turns out Edith stands for even dead, I'm the hero. That's just like, that's a total Tony Stark thing to do, and I just like, oh my god, that's awesome. Then, he pins a target on Brad, which, by the way, Brad is maximum jerk, and he deserves everything that would have ever happened to him. So, oh dear god. So, then they cut to the freaking, like, space telescope. It's just like, commencing kill sequence. And it's just, like, because he uses the glasses to target him, and it's just like this massive freaking space laser of death. Well, that's what I thought. I thought at first it was a massive space laser to target this one guy, but no, it just released a drone out, and even that is hilarious, because it's just like all this effort for one measly little Brad target. But anyway, then because all the emotional weight in there, the humor is there, and because the character is there, I can enjoy the action, which was absolutely stunning. It's choreography aside, the visual effect, the visual effects team in this movie absolutely deserves every bit of praise, because let's not hit the fake item box. The amount of work they put into making this movie look awesome was just absolutely phenomenal. That every shot in this movie was some of the most visually stunning VFX work I think I've ever seen. It was legitimately awesome, and even aside from that, it's very satisfying to see Spider-Man swing around through the city. Which I guess is why the VR game is so much fun, because you can actually do that. You can actually just, web swing your way through buildings, and it's very satisfying to watch that happen on screen. And I might be able to win this, maybe. No, God, I came so close. And then I just ruined it all at the very end. Wow, that was terrible. That was actually awful. My God. Ay. And okay, so I'll give you closing thoughts on the awards ceremony, which is just going to be depressing, because that was a terrible performance. You got first place somehow. Yeah, B seems to be our average for the first time around. Oh, well. Alright, well, in closing thoughts, mind you, this does not mean that I am a Marvel fan now. I don't ever want to hear anybody call me a Marvel fan, because that's the last thing I want to be associated with. And I still despise what Marvel's doing to the Disney parks, and that's never going to change. I'm not going to wake up tomorrow and say, you know what? Far From Home was amazing. Now I all of a sudden like the Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster replacing Universe of Energy. That's not going to happen. That will never happen in a million years, because that's BS beyond belief. But by the way, small rants about that thing, it completely ruins, like, you're walking up to Epcot and you see this massive, glorious spaceship Earth golf ball in front of you, and then it's just, and what was previously, that was the only thing in the area. Just that, and there's some trees nearby. Now you look at that thing, and then you look to the left, and there's a giant box, like a blemish, like a zit. You just want to go away. It's just, did you think, like, even a little bit when you were making this? No, you didn't. I still hate what they're doing in the parks, and I still despise the idiotic mindset that Marvel fanboys have, which I guess is why this movie I really enjoyed it. But you know what? I will extend you the olive branch that I might be willing to, at some point in the future, rewatch the MCU and give the movies another chance. I might be willing to do that. That's what this movie did to me. So we will see how that plays out. But for now, I'm going to show you what we unlocked. You won a trophy in the 150cc Leaf Cup. Congratulations, you can now play the 150cc Lightning Cup. Okay, great, but what else did we unlock? You won the Leaf Cup on 150cc. Congratulations, you unlocked a medium cart, the Day Trooper, which we will be using next time. Alright, that's it for this episode of Mario Kart Wii. So, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next time. I hope to catch you all tomorrow for some more Mario Kart Wii. Goodbye.